Hey folks, welcome back to Simple Details. Welcome to another vlog. Now we're back this year in 2025 on YouTube. Right now we are currently at this point getting ready for our second annual Cove Exotic Show. This is the third car show that we here at Simple Details have participated in. We remember the first one was here at our local location where we had about 45 exotic cars here in our parking lot right outside this door. And then the second one, which was last year, which was thrown by Cove Exotics, which we were the major sponsors for. We had about 74 exotics that registered and was part of the show. This year, we are partnering up with the city of Virginia Beach. And so this time, the location of this show is going to be on the ocean front. We transformed this vehicle for last year's show from the Merlin Purple, covered it and protected it with our color PPF. And then of course we added some more aero courtesy of our partners over at Capristo and then also Automotive Passion. So what you see before you is what we call like a Frankenstein kit. It is a combination of a couple different things that we liked from both of those manufacturers that we put together to make what we currently have here now. We just wrapped it as a year old, so we're not going to change the color, but what we wanted to do is add on a different aesthetic flair to it. So what we did is we contacted our friends over at Automotive Passion, last minute decision for us to make, and they were like, look, you know, we love what you're doing. We want to go ahead and get you a hood, and then shipped it all the way from the UK on over to us to get it here on time for us to not only go ahead and install it, but then also protect it with this metallic sage PPF. Here we go. We have the hood. What I like here is that these are able to come off. So as we're doing the PPF, we can actually get the PPF all the way in here. Then that way it will look seamless, and then we put that on over. They make our life a lot easier by making sure that this is 100% separate. So what we're going to do is we're going to cover this whole thing metallic sage, but we're going to make sure that this stays exposed. You know, so this is going to go on top. And then what we will do is leave some carbon fiber here exposed. So it will be a nice little outline here. So you can see a little bit of carbon there as well. And then the rest of it would actually be color matched. Now, Automotive Passion, they give you a couple of different options. You can have it in what we call single stage, you know, clear coat. They call it semi-gloss. So if you are typically going to wrap, you know, get it and wrap the whole thing, then you don't need to have multiple layers of clear coat. I mean, it will be great to have, but not necessary. So we opted in to get the multiple coats of clear coat because you just never know. Depending on the day, depending on the year, I might decide to just take it all off and drive around with it exposed. No matter what I decide to do in the future, we already have the ultimate protection. That's what we're all about here, right? It's just protecting all of your vehicles, protecting your possessions. Of course, we have to transfer all the hardware from that hood on over to this hood, keep all the functionality that comes with the car. All right, folks, so we are at the very last day before the show. We have a lot of cars that we were working on right before the show, including these two that we have here. Now, what we saw earlier in the video was the R8. We had to do the install and get the PPF on that. So that was in progress. Also, in addition to that, we had the 993 that was shipped on over from Florida, and then also Lamborghini Gallardo Superleggera that was also shipped on over from Florida, and a separate shipment. So these two came from Florida, and these two are going to also be part of the show. Let's start with the 993. This car came in with a full front end already on it, so we did not remove the PPF. It was good enough for our client. Therefore, we just decided to go and protect the doors, the rockers, that's the rear quarters, the full roof, and then also everything on the rear, including the spoiler, the rear trunk, and then also the rear bumper. In addition to that, we wanted to protect this windshield. Now, because of the age of this vehicle, finding these windshields are going to be very, very hard. And so the last thing he wants to do is be driving on the road, something flies up, cracks it, and then having to source this actual windshield. And of course, it will have to come from Germany, and Lord knows how long that's going to take to go ahead and how expensive that would be. So we protected this with a windshield protection film. All right, now on over to the Superleggera. With the same as with the 993, this had a full front end already on it. This was good enough, even though it didn't meet our standards. This was a vehicle that the client was going to very rarely drive. So from there, what we did is we decided to go ahead and protect everything else that was not protected. So that included the roof, the satin black A-pillars, rocker panels, the side skirts, the rear quarter, the spoiler, the rear bumper, and also the engine cover here that is made out of authentic carbon fiber. Now, the beauty about this Superleggera that I love is that this has a full 6-speed gated transmission in it, so it's very fun to drive and makes this very, very rare. So again, he wanted to protect this, make sure that he held on to the value of this and get this fully protected before it gets shipped on over to Florida. Now, we also had the 296 GTB that we got fully protected as well with paint protection film, getting that ready as well for the actual show. So with that, we had quite a few cars, and then in addition to that, tomorrow, which is the day right before, the Friday right before the show, we have a number of cars that already signed up for our maintenance service to get their car nice, prepped and ready for the show for the next day. Depending on when you're seeing this video, if you were at the show, you got a chance to see this in person. And if you weren't able to go ahead and be part of the show, stay tuned for our next video. That's going to give you all the behind the scenes and all the highlights from the Kobe Exotics 2 show. So stay tuned.